I didn't blink when my wife slammed the cabin door behind her. My stomach still hurt from the surgery. The stitches tugged whenever I inhaled too sharply. The cold seeped into the wooden walls like a slow and unforgiving reminder that pain could always get worse. She stood outside in the falling snow with her suitcase and my backpack. Her voice carried through the icy air. "There's firewood and food for 2 weeks. I'm going to the Maldives with my boyfriend, and I'll take all your savings." She was smiling. She enjoyed saying it. I didn't react. Not the way she wanted. Not anymore. She tossed my phone into the snow, then laughed and stepped on it. "Oh, I also changed the locks on your apartment." Her boyfriend revved the engine. I saw his face through the windshield. Smug. Satisfied, like a predator who believed the hunt was finished. She rolled the window down. "If you want to join Thanksgiving, come wash the dishes." I watched them drive away through the blinding white fog, the world fading with their departure. Then I smiled. She had no idea about the surprise waiting for her at the airport. It didn't start today. Betrayal never does. It begins quietly, like frost forming on the edge of glass, invisible until you notice the pattern. The first sign was her distance. Not emotional, physical. The type you feel when someone is already gone but hasn't left yet. She stayed late at work. New perfume, new clothes. Suddenly she cared too much about the gym and too little about us. Then came the whispers on her phone. A name I didn't recognize. A number saved as doctor. I kept my voice calm when I asked questions. I always asked once. If someone lies the first time, the truth isn't worth the second question. She had no guilt. Her eyes were empty when she said, "You're paranoid." So I stopped talking. I started watching. The boyfriend came into the picture slowly. A shadow first, then a presence, then a certainty. He was younger, fitter, hungrier. She loved the attention he fed her. I could see the way she moved around him, alive in a way she wasn't around me anymore. I wasn't angry, I was observing, like a patient waiting for the exact moment to move. Then the call came from my daughter-in-law. "If you want to join Thanksgiving, come wash the dishes." Her voice sharp and entitled. I looked down at the photos on my screen. My villa in Switzerland. The life I never spoke about. The wealth I never displayed. The truth I never shared. I replied only one word. Enjoy. I watched the phone light up with 71 missed calls within an hour. People change when they want something from you, or believe you have nothing left to give. When my wife thought I was asleep, she stole into my study and searched my drawers, the safe, the desk, the files. She never found anything. I had moved every account months ago. The moment the suspicion turned solid, I saw the credit card bills, the airline tickets, the Maldives booking, all in her name. My name was nowhere. She didn't leave me today. She left me years ago. Today was simply her coronation. She believed she had won. I packed lightly for the cabin, just enough to play along. I let her plan everything, right down to the surgery date. I let her think she timed it perfectly. My weakness synchronized with her escape. After the operation, I saw the messages she didn't think I'd read. She booked the flight from my email. She bragged about it. "He'll be helpless. I'll drain him dry. He can't stop us." I taped the wound before bed, packed my parka. I waited. When she drove us to the cabin, I stared out the window. The snow swallowed the highway. I watched myself reflected in the glass, silent, patient. She thought I stayed quiet because I was shocked. I stayed quiet because I was ready. The surprise waiting for her at the airport wasn't dramatic. It didn't have to be. The tickets she booked were real. But she didn't know her passport was flagged. I reported it stolen 3 weeks ago. Identity theft, potential fraud, a simple report, a single signature. Security would stop her before she even reached the gate. The police would question her. They would search the bags. They'd run her name. And then they'd find the fake transfers she made from my account. Every crime she thought she hid. She would imagine me in the cabin, helpless and furious. Instead, I was in my car driving back to the city. I had left before the snow even finished covering the tires of her lover's car. The cabin was never a prison. It was camouflage. I arrived home before noon. I walked into my apartment with the new keys the locksmith gave me last night. Everything was clean, quiet, mine. I made tea and waited. When her call finally came, her voice shook. "They won't let me board. They said there's an investigation." I interrupted. "I know. You did this?" "No, you did." Her words dissolved into panic. Frankly, I didn't care. "You stole from me," I said. "You lied. You tried to walk away with everything." She was crying now. It sounded distant, like someone begging through a closed window. "What do you want from me?" I took a slow breath. Nothing. It was over before she even realized the game had ended. My daughter-in-law sent another message, another demand, another insult. I sent her the final photos. Switzerland, my real home, the one no one knew about. And then I turned off my phone. The truth about people is simple. They never betray you when you're weak. They betray you when they think you've stopped paying attention. I stood by the window and watched the snow falling through the city lights. I wasn't abandoned in a cabin. I was freed. She thought she buried me, but she never realized I was already gone. I don't wait for forgiveness. I don't wait for apologies. I don't wait for people to change. I just disappear and let them choke on the silence.